our first look at the Advent Cup this season. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. Hopefully, well, I just noticed my webcam's on. One sec. Better? There we go. I think it's showing up. Come on. You can do it, webcam. Oh, it's loading in. We'll give it a second. While we do that, we'll take a look at our rosters. Apologies on that, everybody. I'll make sure the webcam's up when we come. You get it out here for a look at the season. Welcome to Spotty. I'm Spotty FC. Doing well. A lot of you are coming in. It's because you like the Ascend tournament series. All are doing well. Nice to have you all joining in. Matches tonight. Start with our Advent Cup, sponsored by House Wyffindor, featuring a side of Wyffindor QC, side Mach 10 season with their top roster. But the only ones playing tonight here later tonight have one more match on X Royals, X35 Esports, three-legged Monstars. All community of very dedicated players. We'll see how that match later tonight goes, but for now, when Mach 10, take it on Wyffindor. Has my webcam come? It is. Hello, my webcam's here. You all are doing well. The night. Gonna be a good night. Action. Mic's not picking up everything. My mic's not picking up all this sound. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Noticing my mic might not be. So, let me know. Little. Okay, is this better? Wait, if this better. This might fix it. You should. Audio settings are messed up. Well, mine aren't, and I tell that I can't. So has this fixed it? I turned down the gate a little. That might have fixed it. Okay. Should help it out a little bit. I turned on my gate a lot now. That should fix it. Sorry about that, everyone. I want to make sure you actually hear me. That's what I'm here for to do, is to let me, hopefully now, hear me a little bit better. But again, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, our first match of the night here. Wyffindor QC taking on Mach 10. QC out of House Wyffindor. Sponsors of the Advent Cup, our biggest division, 24 teams. Also, an org that has a ton. Mach 10 is the only representation they have, is this roster. It's a relatively small org. They're one that's actually been on spots, so a lot of Mach 10. Wyffindor itself is an org pretty big. In fact, in this group, this is part of Group A, which the other match is also part of. But QC is one of two teams out of House Wyffindor in this group, with Guardium Leviosa. In fact, in every single group, at least one team out of his House Wyffindor. Total, see how many teams there are in total by everything. Total, there might be. Wet Jets are returning leftovers, slash the Whiffer Snappers, Leviosa. So yeah, they have 6 teams out of House Wyffindor in this one. A lot of representation today, which is fun. Again, later tonight we'll have that Hunnix Royals three-legged Monsters match, which will also part of this Advent Cup, sponsored by. And for a great night of action, get to see Wyffindor, their debut in this season. Advent Cup. At the start, though, for the Advent Cup this season, actually a match a few days ago that was the one that kicked off this tournament. That match, Shadow Point versus ODU Monarch Silver of Monarch Silver, who won ATS Season 2 Apex Cup back when closer to the Advent. They were the ones that won that tournament. They lost in Week 1 to Shadow Point. Seeing again a lot of parity already. Last season's winners already dropped the series. They won Season 1. Yes, they did not win Seasons. They won Season 1, I think. Someone else won Seasons. Jets won. There you go. You said at the same time, RJ. Wet Jets won Season 2. They're still always fun as well. Yeah, sorry, ODU won Season 1. a top 8 in the most recent Champions Cup. Of course, now they just lost to Shadow Point, who themselves are no strangers. They've been here before. So it's gonna be a good night for all of you who are watching. This should be quite an enjoyable one, as we again just have a little bit here. As I'm noticing, we still don't have sound coming through. See if I can raise my voice a little bit again here. So let me. You know if you can hear me a lot better now. Here, has that fixed it? I think that fixed it. I think you can hear me a lot better now. I want to make sure you guys can actually hear me. Happy that we're talking about this now and not at a random time. Yeah, let me know again, by the way, if there's any tech issues. Because of the new setup I have, obviously now being in a station, I've had to change things around. I've already had to change up my microphone setups a little bit because my microphone's in a different position now, so I get used to that. In fact, you can kind of see where it is. It's right above my head. A little different, but that's just what is. You guys should be able to still hear me enough. As, again, we're going to get into this match very, very soon here. 10 versus Wyffindor QC, our first match. Have a good one. This is going to be a fun match, a good series. All match tonight are best of 5 part of week 1. ATS Season 3 season. But anyways, out of ATS Season 3. As we do get these teams in the lobby here. Just waiting a little bit, they had a little delay, but... well, I don't have a problem with that. Again, our next match is not for an hour and a half. But for all of you who are watching, cool. Thank you so much. You get to watch a great match tonight. As Mach 10 takes on Wyffindor QC. Again, orgs that are no strangers to us here. But definitely a fun night of action as here we go. Mach 10 takes the blue. Wyffindor QC on the orange. And for both these teams, their start this season, but not entirely unknown to us here. Specifically, one player I already recognize pretty well is Blue Skadoodle. We've not seen him on the stream actually before, but we have seen him on a couple different Wyffindor teams. Or specifically as an org, House Wyffindor as an org specifically has actually grown a lot recently since the last season. We were a relatively small org. Before this season came in, they've now started to sponsor a lot more events. They're sponsoring this Advent Cup, which shoutouts to them for doing that. Along that, they're also one of the biggest orgs this season. They have, again, 6 teams in this division. They've got 1 more in Ascension, rounding out 7 total teams from House Wyffindor playing in ATS this season. All these teams fighting to be relevant. It's not easy to be relevant, not easy to be recognized when there's so many other teams. This is the biggest division by far. 24 teams in total. Even for the 6 teams of House Wyffindor in this event, it's still a lot of work to be noticed. Wyffindor QC trying to get this org off to a good start. But they are right now dealing with the Mach 10 pressure. Wyffindor himself, that is, if you are wondering who that is Dookie Mane, the Duke of Wyffindor, as so many people eloquently call him, who is looking to lead his roster. He'll be here for that shot, but it just goes wide. Snowbazer heading to the block, and I mean, it just feels like this is kind of like a Mach 10 of old here. Javo, Snowbazer, and Verify. These are all old names. They're all older players. They all know each other quite well. They haven't been teammates all that often recently. Again, only just recently being reformed as the main roster for Mach 10. So. And Mach 10 has overall has never really been that big. At this point, it's just about trying to really prove yourself, really stick back in and really get that rust away. And so far, they're doing pretty well with these early shots. They're putting on pressure. Able to break through just yet. One's been able to find that first goal, but that Mach 10 passing, trying to find some space, but clears it back. Javo now. The back wall cleared away by Wyffindor. Verify. QC waiting back for Yoda. Snow Vaser lobbed up for Javo, but no shot on the end of it. Instead it goes with Verify. Snow Vaser, the net's there for him! And so is goal 1. And it is Mach 10, with all the pressure they've had, who will be on the board first. Not wasting time, they're not wasting air. Making sure they get in there. Wyffindor. By waiting, it's Skadoodle who is this way out, and Wyffindor QC beat in the midfield there. Snow Vaser shot saved by Wyffindor. Wyffindor QC will recover. You know, for them at least, this match not only is it a the start for their ATS season, it also is a precursor. It's a bit of a weird kind of another way to show up to really get that experience before they go into the Wyffindor House Cup. Yeah, that's kind of my I guess you can call it my formal announcement for all of you Wyffindor fans out there. You may have already heard, but this weekend, starting on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, is the House Wyffindor Cup, where teams like Wyffindor QC, actually, in fact, all the teams in the Advent Cup this season will be battling in it for a part of the $90 prize pool. Big tournament this weekend. You'll want to see it. Yeah, 9 p.m. start time on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And Wyffindor QC will be one of those teams that we'll be seeing day 1. I think they are our first match as well. Part of the what they call the wild card of their tournament. Of the 6 teams, the 4 teams that were weaker teams, at least during their, because it did have a kind of a regular season like play-ins to it. But that's basically this Wyffindor House Cup is 6 teams invited, all played each other in a round-robin formats, and I think Wyffindor QC one of the 4 teams that did not advance to day 2. We'll be seeing them again on day 1, our first match at 9 p.m. as they take on the Leftovers. Advent Cup teams, so it'll be fun to watch that kind of action. But for us here, continue to watch this best of 5 matchup. Snow Vaser. Ghost will send this one away as up goes Verify. Skadoodle. Oh, he's whiffed on a completely wide open net for Verify. And Mach 10 takes the lead with 21 seconds to go. A huge mistake off that back wall. It was a relatively subtle bounce, but Blue Skadoodle was not prepared. And it is Mach 10 who go up by 1. A mistake like that, they're gonna add another one right off the kickoff. It's Javo's turn. And now with a 2-goal lead, surely this ends the game. Surely this is Mach 10's win. QC, not off to a great start. And they'll find something in return, but pass not connected. Now Blue Skadoodle. But it will be kept away by Javo, and Verify's redirect will end game 1. No more time for Wyffindor QC to make the comeback happen. They will look for 1 at 0 seconds, and they will get it as well. Blue Skadoodle with the finishing touch, but it's too late for Wyffindor QC. Game 1 is over. It is Mach 10 who will be the team on top. A battle started off extremely slowly, but the battle, I mean, it wasn't going to last for too long, obviously. Start, at least out of Mach 10, they were able to get that first goal. Really difference for them and for a lot of this game. As we into game number 2, Take a lot asked out of Wyffindor QC if they can get off to a longer start than that. Somewhat pitiful performance. It just felt like they started off on the right foot and they never really got back onto it until it was far too late. Really a position or a place you to be sitting around in. Mach 10 again have taken game 1. Both these teams coming in with 0-0 records. Again, they're starting off even. And my header actually is not correct. So oh. That way. While we move back in. We're in game 2 here. Mach 10. Cutting off the series in their favor, but a lot more work to do. Want to go with their first win of the season. We're going to start with having a good start in game 2 as, oh my, Snowvaser's already just done that. Oh, it didn't take me too long. Didn't take Snowvaser too long either. No one. Everybody saw him take that first touch. No one saw him take a second. I don't think that was expected. Snowvaser. Surprising Wyffindor QC. Mach 10 once again score first as Wyffindor QC will look for an answer. Ghost. Blue Skadoodle who will this one away. J-Ro now. Players supporting him here, but Wyffindor first to it. J-Ro. Good ahead, gets by Ghost. Verify doesn't have it, but J-Ro in our foot race here. He'll boost in the tank. He will still recover. Now he leaves us midfield. Verify! Goal number 2. Mach 10 take another. J-Ro with that incredible recovery. A little lob as well, but it's enough for Verify to latch on to. Mach 10 doubling their lead. Wyffindor QC once again faltering, being able to get themselves on the right track here. Every single game, we saw it happen as well in game 1. It was a much slower start, but at the very end of it, it was Mach 10 who had the better team at the very beginning of that game. Same thing here in game 2, except it's now even worse. A 2-goal difference already. Mach 10 love to add a little bit more to those 2 goals. Wyffindor blocked by J-Ro. Ghost able to get more than one touch on that one. Cleared ahead, Snowvaser. Verify. Get back as J-Ro will collect. Verify now, low boost. Looking for Snowvaser. Got 2 to commit here. The infield passing out of Mach 10 continues. Something that they've definitely already shown that they have the capabilities of doing already tonight. You have to consider if you're Wyffindor QC that this Mach 10 team has that chemistry. Maybe trying to unlock that chemistry, but they definitely have it. A few of these players have been teammates on Mach 10 before. All about being able to, after being so long separated, find that spacing as Snowvaser get the bump on Blue Skadoodle, but QC clears it back. Outfield by J-Ro. Snowvaser. It's an open net to take, but nobody there. Verify waiting. Him and J-Ro both commit. Nobody has that touch, and Mach 10 will make sure that this one stays away from that net. Wyffindor QC starting to walk in a little bit closer. Such a good start here. We have seen no goals after the first 90 seconds, and it stays that way. We have that block from Wyffindor. It was a wide open net. Wyffindor blocking his own team's opportunity. Wyffindor QC, wow, they would have loved to have that one back. Now they gotta get to defense here as Blue Skadoodle makes the save. Ghost now. Beat out of the way. J-Ro doesn't have this one. Wyffindor QC just in the panic now. Him's not their friend at this point. They've got to get goals, and they have to get goals soon. Verify. J-Ro now, it's Left in the midfield there. Might have made a mistake from Wyffindor. And it will be. Javo capitalizes. And he puts in a third for Mach 10. After a goal drought of almost 2 full minutes. Actually, in more than 2 full minutes. It is Javo who will ice up and take goal 3. Mach 10. They've only gotten better for them here this game. For QC have had no answers. Haven't even had a start to this game. It was so terrible for them. Mach 10. Give them 0 chance to come back once they drop that first goal. Now Snowberries are looking to make this 4-0, but Ghost will prevent that in the midfield. Verify. Wyffindor and Wyffindor QC side just doesn't feel like have that confidence in them. Like, have gotten off to a bad start in 2 straight games. Because the Mach 10 team who is eating them alive right now with those kind of beginnings. Because for Mach 10, for most of this game, it's been relatively even. And back and forth, there hasn't really been too much work on with offense. But when you have a 2-goal lead that early, you don't need to have a game where you have a good offense. All about making sure your opponents don't score and having that good start from Mach 10. Absolutely done it for them this game. Wyffindor QC has not been able to answer. Ooskadoodle hitting it for Javo, but it is Mach 10 who are on the ball and who will keep it that way. They will secure a Game 2 victory for their first win of the season. What a start for Mach 10 so far. Only 1 win away from sweeping their opponents. Else Wyffindor's debut in Season 3. I mean, it could not have been much worse for them, could it? 2 games, 2 losses. Some felt like they just were bad starts. Only got worse for them. It's really on here for Wyffindor QC. If they don't pick it up, they're going to see themselves lose this first match in somewhat embarrassing fashion. Definitely don't want to do that. They can't really afford to do that. And again, a lot of it just has to be them getting out of defense, breaking out of that shell. They aren't taking enough risks. They aren't pushing up high enough. Quite frankly, if they aren't actually willing to play the game, play upfield, they're not going to make it very far. Mach 10, only 1 win away from sweeping the series. 2 games down, but 1 to go here as Mach 10 are getting a tech pause here, apparently. Apparently something has fallen over in Verify's room, so I have to go fix that. But while we do that here, again for Wyffindor QC, they've got a little extra time now. They got to talk things out. Impromptu timeout. Those tactical timeouts, for any of you who are wondering, because you guys do know that we like it tactical timeouts, they don't start until the wild cards, so game slow. Week 1 is there we go, we got an answer. Apparently Verify's dog knocked over a plate. That would make sense. So we'll get in here for our for the best of our best of 5 series. This is game 3. Mach 10 is 1 win away from sweeping their opponents here in week 1. Advent Cup. What we saw, you know, in our debut in Season 3 was quite a surprise seeing actually 5 Knights struggle against their opponents. But this is Mach 10 who come into this tournament as a relatively high-seeded team. Definitely not looking to let that get away from them. Wyffindor QC, a team that they're expected to beat. But my goodness, it is not easy to get off to good starts. Again, we saw that with Knight earlier. But Mach 10, making sure that this start, at least so far, a good-looking one. Of course, still 1 win away to get these. They've got to get themselves some goals before they can really feel confident. They've really relied mostly on having really good starts in these games. And they get another one. Snow Razor. Oh, what a great double tap in front. It cleared by Ghost as my headset's continuing to make noise. I'm just going to get rid of my headset. As Verify, gives it back again. Snow Razor Verify. That's up to the back wall as a double whiff here from Wyffindor QC. Javo march his way through. It is Blue Skadoodle and Ghost helping him out. Verify, rolling him on the back wall. But it's Mach 10 who will wait under this one as the infield pass gets intercepted by Blue Skadoodle. And Mach 10 will search upfield for more, but yet again blocked in the midfield. Wyffindor QC bringing a much more aggressive defense here at the start of Game 3, and it is giving Mach 10 headaches. If they're going for the midfield, it's challenged in one way or another by this Wyffindor side. As now a demo! What a great chance! It's Snowvaser! And no one between him! Mach 10 off to the lead. And a demo and a bump from Verify is all they need. It's an open net for Snowvaser. And he has been clinical tonight. Mach 10 off to the start they were looking for. A third game in a row where they're the ones to score first. So many times, at least again in Game 1 and in this game, it's taken them a long time to get that first goal. It just shows you just how much time Wyffindor QC does have in these games. They just aren't making enough out of their opportunities. A team that just needs to be able to, again, be willing to take risks, be willing to push out of that shell. Right now, they're just struggling to do that against a team like Mach 10, who have, in their history, been willing to take risks, been willing to push up. But now they've got to find a goal. Half the game left. Mach 10 still looking for offense, still looking for more. We'll sit back here as the midfield put by Wyffindor QC. Javo. All for this one. Dunked out by Blue Skadoodle, and he's still racing for it. Snowvaser. The dunk to save out Wyffindor, as now Snowvaser again able to chase this one down, but fight will only go so long. And waiting patiently for that chance to challenge. Chance to take the ball. Wyffindor just wide of the post. Razor clears it back. Javo. It's a bump there, but it's still Wyffindor QC ball. Javo doesn't have it. Ghost! Shot saved by Javo as he'll recover off the back wall. And Mach 10 now really in a panic, looking to get this one out. Blue Skadoodle to the back wall. Javo calls for it, but on no boost, there's not much he can do here to commit. Everybody from Mach 10 going for the same play. But it will, but the panic will subside. It will calm down. Not for long, though! A breakaway chance, and Wyffindor QC will take it. And on low boost, Mach 10 we're left with little opportunity and little option of what to do. Wyffindor QC captain pushes upfield and evens the scoreline. Now Mach 10 to find that space. Javo, he decide as one there to help out Verify. Still, he will take control. Blue Skadoodle picking up that corner boost, using a good amount of it to get to that ball. Tackle has been a bit of an issue so far for Wyffindor QC, and as if on cue, Mach 10 tests them again. This time, Blue Skadoodle is unable to make the touch, and they will score off of it. 55 seconds to go. Mach 10, the opportunity to take the series here. Verify will continue on. QC will wait back as now a flick from Wyffindor himself. Javo. Ghost trying to leave for the midfield as it's just an awkward play in front. Snowvaser leaving it, or rather I think having it stolen off him by Verify. And Mach 10 looking at that third goal. They were saved in Game 1 because of that third goal they got near the end of the game. Now in this one they could really use it to secure this win. But it's not going to happen easily, and it's not going to happen without them willing to take a chance that they are not willing to go for. Javo, a bit high, but Ghost will keep it out, and with 10 seconds to go, Wyffindor QC need a chance. Blue Skadoodle gets it down the field. Ghost trying to chase it down. Cleared away. Snowvaser looking for Nets. Won't get it. It's kept up by Wyffindor as Blue Skadoodle clears it away. Ghost now popping it, but nobody there to answer. Mach 10 will win the series. And in a 3-0 sweep fashion, it was quick, it was decisive, and it was all based off a good start that Mach 10 could get themselves. The offense could generate early, and the lead was held from there on out by the Mach 10 defense. Even without the majority of field domination, it was Mach 10, even without the midfield under their control, it was them who, just because of having a good start, able to over. They 3-0 sweep Mach 10 off to a great start this season. Again, with what we're seeing already, of what we, well, I guess what was expected, but Mach 10, what a good start for them. I mean, as we've seen already, these week 1 matches can be times easy, that's for sure. And we came in and proved what they were able to do. We'll interview here with the Mach 10 players. While we, for our next series again later tonight, we'll have 100X Royals taking on the 3-legged monsters. Amazing match, but join us here just to talk a little bit afterward is Mach 10. J-Ro, Snowbaser, and Verify all in a field sweep to start off your season here, Mach 10. You know, the only representatives from your org, whereas Wyffindor QC are one of 7 different teams, 6 of which are in the Advent Cup from their org. So, being, you know, the only one representing Mach 10, what a start it is. A field sweep. You could not ask for much better, Verify.
Yeah, it's good to be back, especially with these two. Starting off with a 3-0 against a team we had no idea how good they were, which they had a lot of pressure on us, which was kind of hard to deal with, as you saw us panicking a lot in the net, but thankfully we actually managed to get it out more times than we didn't. But yeah, it's nice to start off with a win nonetheless, but the 3-0, someone right away after most of us don't really play the game very much anymore. It's kind of nice.
And I was going to mention a lot about the, you know, I could mention a lot about the, you know, this match, and for you guys as an, you know, as one of those teams, the players, it feels like a weird kind of reunion, because like this is the roster that I was used to when I first saw you guys. You know, I don't know how many years ago. This probably 1 or 2 years ago. See you guys back together. I mean, it's a weird place to be in. J-Ro as a name I haven't seen often recently. So. J-Ro, talk to me kind of about this kind of reunion. You, Snowblazer, Verify, all back together on Mach 10. What is it like to be with these players again? You know, after so long not being.
Yeah, man, it feels good. We were actually just talking before this match. We were looking back to see when we all kind of first started teaming, and Verify and I, our first DMs were basically 2 years ago to the day when we first met the team. And then we found Snowrazor shortly after. So it feels really good. You know, it's so fun playing with these guys. We're honestly really good friends outside the game at this point. So we all get along really well, and it's just it is nice. It's just a nice reunion to finally be back on the field competing with them again.
Well, it's a much different. Things been shifted up a little bit. Whereas in the past, you might have been like one of those Apex Cup teams. Obviously now the Apex Cup is shifted up. High level. Advent is kind of its replacement as well, but and it's definitely a weird feeling. But for you, Snowbaser, in this season, it's, you know, a little bit different than the other ones. The competition's a little bit better. You gotta tell me kind of what it's like for you, at least. How are you feeling overall? It's kind of, you know, with this kind of shifted up division. You know, it's definitely an interesting change. to be very honest. And how do you think you're going to handle this?
I mean, we're going into this league we're kind of just trying to have fun, but we're obviously trying to win. So we're here to win it all. But I mean, I was just telling both the guys before when we were kind of just playing a casual game or a couple ranked games that, I mean, we've gotten so much better than what we were just ever since we started teaming together. But not just us, the whole Rocket League community as a whole. That it's just gotten much better. So yeah, it's gonna be tougher. But I mean, we weren't left in the dust. We're still here to hang.
Quite the great start here, a 3-0 sweep over Wyffindor QC. You are trying to take that House Wyffindor money. They're the ones that are sponsoring this. In many ways, you're playing against the team that's putting up the prize pool in the first. A good start, but obviously, as you guys know, the season still very young, still very new. You may be able to get off to a good start, but it's all about being able to continue that. And next week, you're gonna play against the other Wyffindor team in Wyffguardium Leviosa. So being able to play 2 Wyffindor teams back to back. How are you feeling right now, overall, about that match coming up? Because that's another very good Wyffindor team.
I think we're feeling good no matter who we go against. I mean, if Wyffindor wants to donate us some money, we're glad to take it. But I mean, we're just here to compete every week, no matter who we're going against, and we're looking forward to our next matchup.
Well, for now, again, congratulations on your win, Mach 10. 3-0 sweep. Very impressive performance here to start off your season. It's not easy to get off the season, even with being the higher seed. So congrats on that. We'll get some shoutouts now. Let's start with Javo. Say Javo. Any shoutouts? Any final things you want to say?
Sure. I'll give a shout out to my 2 teammates, the GOATs. I'll give a shout out to my brother if you're watching. I'll give a shout out to Jake and Connor if you're watching. And shout out Mach 10, the best org in the world. I'll say it.
Heck yeah.
We'll move on to Snowvaser. Is there anything you want to say, Snowvaser?
I'll say shout out to my teammates. You know, I love these guys. And shout out CryoCourse. Shout out my family, my friends, anyone who's watching, anyone who's supporting us, all of Mach 10. Appreciate everyone.
Off. Hi. What would you like to say, Verify?
Why'd you save me for last, Bordy?
Always save the captains for last.
Well, just shout out to my teammates, of course. Glad to be back playing with them. Shout out to Techie for, not coming into comms with us since he's apparently too busy. Shout out everyone watching, supporting Mach 10. And shout out to the rest of the league. You just get ready to suck these Mach 10 nuts.
Hey.
Then new one. Well, congratulations on your tonight, Mach 10. Congratulations, victory, a 3-0 sweep over Wyffindor QC. Good start to your season. Amazing rest of your season. Of course, we'll probably see you guys a good amount during the regular season. But for now, have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you again for week 2.
Appreciate you, Sporty.
All right.
Thanks, Sporty.
Javo, Snowvaser, and Verify jumping in for joining in, for showing up here. 3-0 sweep. Again, we've got another match coming up tonight. Maxwell's 3-legged monsters. Great match. Another best of 5. One in the exact same group as well. Both these teams are in the same group, which is known as Group A of the sponsored by House Wyffindor. Us. Well, another match later tonight. A good match as well. In a end stream right now. We have a pretty long break in between. The end stream will be live again later tonight with that series. But for now, take care. You be well. We'll be back in a very short amount of time, in like 40 minutes. So see you guys very, very soon for that match. Oh, for. Here we go. Let's do one. And shout out to all of you who are showing your support. We're gonna get a raid out live again later tonight with that amazing series, the 100 Royals